What's going on, folks? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Wow, what an amazing few weeks it's been. Trying to recover from the Max Power show. The car has been sat on the trailer for the last couple of weeks. We came back from the show the day after. We travelled down and sat at Caffeine and Machine overnight, the night of the show ended. We travelled down, but when we travelled down it was absolutely pouring with rain all down the motorway, so the car got absolutely filthy, and you know, being towed behind the van, so it sat there neglected and not moving until this evening when I could finally be bothered to unload. So finally got an empty trailer again. We've got the Corsa sat there, still got an absolutely filthy van. It has rained ever since I've been home really, so we've not had a chance to clean it. Same with the Corsas. Corsa had a quick wash, did that briefly, but again it's still mucky again. So I'm supposed to be taking it out tomorrow to meet a few people, so I might have to get it cleaned up in the morning. That's if it doesn't rain, of course. So yeah, just wanted to do a quick video really, and say we're still here. There's a little bit of new footage that I'll stick towards the end of the video of something I added to the vehicle the other day. Nothing fancy. The main focus of this now, I think, is going to be bodywork on the outside. I think we've got one more show booked in this season. Everybody's saying do it, do it, do it, so I think we're going to get there, and then after that I think it will be feet up for the year, and start attacking this bodywork. Everybody's seen it now for what it is and what it looks like, you know, the state of the bodywork's in, and we need to plow on with it and get something going with it. So the next time you see it at a show, it could be bodged in primer. I say bodged, but it could be sat in primer because things have been repaired. I don't want to show it like that. I really want to paint it and show you guys what it looks like with the new paint, but it all depends on money. Ultimately, I'm not a bottomless pit of money. You know, it's all got to come out of my own pocket that I earn with work, and I've still got to live as well. So anyway, just a quick recap on a few things that we have done over the last few months from having this car. So when we got it, obviously it had no MOT on it, so we spent a lot of money getting it through its MOT. We did that. Absolutely fantastic. You know, the guys at the local garage smashed it. They got an MOT on it. A lot of work needed doing because it had no cat, things like that. So they've put that back on it. It's up and running. It's road legal. So that's the main thing. Brand new set of angel eye headlights in it, because the old ones, the wiring had been pulled to pieces by previous owners and were absolute mess. Internally in the car, so everything was that red colour. I left that red colour for the show so people could see what it was like and what we've gone to. So Alcantara headliner, Alcantara door cards, bit on the dash here and there. This probably isn't going to stay like this bit. We've got to do something else with that. So I don't like the way it's all tucked in here. That's a mess. We had the Max Power light made there. So obviously, you know, that used to be your clocks, and you know, used to tell you the radio station. That now lights up when we turn the engine on. This isn't fitted in properly yet because there's a lot to do with the audio, but we've got a nice flip out screen. We've obviously got door popping solenoids fixed into the mirror so the doors open up from the outside because it's been dehandled. We can go through that in a sec. We fitted a nice new steering wheel because the original one was the standard one, which are whack. Let me get out. Obviously these seats still got to be retrimmed. Fitted a new gear gator and surround there because, you know, the other one was looking really tatty. We've had the seat belts done in a nice luminous yellow, so they look pretty trim. There is a sub in there and an amp that does work. But we've obviously got a nice square solar barrack one to go in there, but we need to get another one. I want to put a box in here with two in, one here, two kicker square solar barrack subs. This, for eagle-eyed people, yes, it is a spoiler that is going to be going on the car. So let me go round here. That's your door popping solenoid. All run off of the button underneath the mirror. At the moment the car's locked, that's why the door won't open. That was a schoolboy error for the video. I could have done that and people could have seen it. Again, for eagle-eye viewers, yes, this is a different sticker for what we had at the reunion show. We did have yellow lettering down the bottom here, and this was done in a chrome purple. The chrome purple was a really cheap crap vinyl. It was lifting. I didn't like it. Unfortunately, we were going to keep the yellow lettering. I stupidly gave the wrong size to the sign writer, so we ended up doing the whole thing in pink. So at some point when he's got some more yellow, we will get that remade, the lettering down there in yellow, so that'll be a pink reunion and this be yellow. Yeah, what else have we done? Oh yeah, I took these horrible number plate lights off that used to shine in from the sides. We've got an LED strip that runs along there, so when the car goes to the body shop we get them to make something that sits in front of that so this doesn't dazzle people as it's on. We've got the white lights in the back because they were some black Lexus style ones that looked absolutely awful. They look much better with the white. Whether they'll stay or whether they go is a different matter. Now what I mean by that is not putting another set of lights back in, but thinking of deleting them completely and having them somewhere else. We started painting the drums. They were red. They've now gone yellow. It's very noisy out here tonight with this road. I do apologise. So they're now yellow. They're not the yellow I wanted. I wanted a luminous yellow, so they might come off and end up being powder coated. The same as the front brakes, which are still red at the moment. They've got to be painted, but I haven't painted them the yellow because I don't know if we're going to stick with that or we're going to take them off and get them powder coated in luminous yellow also even. We've got obviously damage on the wheels here. They're going to have to either be powder coated and sent off to be redone, or we scrap these wheels off completely. I would prefer to put a set of 5 spokes on there or something. They're easier to clean. I don't like intricate wheels. Yeah, so we've got black bonnet pins on here now because the old chrome ones used to rust like anything. I'm about to give away what we fitted in the video that I was going to show at the end of here, but hopefully it won't give too much away. So yes, we've had the engine powder coated. I've noticed over the last couple of days the powder coat's gone a bit soft, and it's got this rubber hose here which is actually the throttle cable has been rubbing, so I need to give this a good clean, see if we can get rid of that. Power cap's been painted yellow as well. We need a new air filter. We need some black hoses for this to tidy this up. Got to work out what we're doing with this air intake because it is looking awful. It's not fitting in there properly. That bit of hose is a mess. This is the wrong side to where it should be. This should be this side. The air intake is the wrong side. They didn't put it this side because the towing eye's in the way, but either way it's not really doing anything there. I've been speaking to a chap about getting some nice different colour bolts in here as well. Tidy up the engine bay. So that's that bit. What else have we got? Shut these back up. Okay, so we changed the mirrors. The original ones were black or grey, the same colour as the bonnet and the roof. They were horrid. They had indicators in. Decided, well, we didn't need side repeaters because we've already got side repeaters on the side. So we've gone back with just standard ones that can be painted. They're white at the moment. They can be painted the same colour as the rest of the car eventually. Roof rails. The ongoing saga of the roof rails. So yeah, they're all starting to lift quite badly. You know, they've split up, and I've left this purposely so people could see exactly how it was at the show. This is going to be our main focus when we do anything this winter. This is the first thing that I'm going to get him to attack at the body shop. Dig this filler out. We've got a brand new set of roof rails in here. Here we go. Let's pull them out. Brand new set of roof rails that look a little bit like that. So they're going to sit back in there again like that. That means there'll be a rain gully in here again, so the water can run back down the boot lid or down the windscreen like it should be. Yeah, it's not going to look quite as nice as being smoothed out, but if we keep smoothing it, it's going to keep cracking unless we weld it all up. I think we're just better off painting these, smoothing them all out, You know, you look at the Max Power Corsa that Neil's got, the blue one that was at the Max Power show at the you know, the other weekend, and you know, he's got his painted up in the same colour as the rest of the car. These bits here have all been smoothed over and filled. They look absolutely brilliant, and he's still got the rain channels in the roof to help the water wash away. So I think that's the style that we're going to go with this. What else can we tell you with it? I think that's about all. You know, obviously we've got significant damage to the bottom of the bumper that needs to be dealt with. We've got cracking around the edge and where the wing joins the bumper. I've got to make a decision whether we're going to split this so it's two separate pieces again, but then if we do that, because I can take the wings off, we've got to split it from the side skirts as well. That's a monumental task to do that. So I've got to speak to the guy at the body shop and decide how much money I want to spend. Obviously it's cracked all along here. The reason for that bit, tyre was rubbing on the arch inside, and where I've been hammering it back out and trying to roll it out, I've cracked it. Many people said, yes, you should use an arch roller. Yes, in hindsight is a wonderful thing. Maybe I should have done, but I knew the body shop had got to do a significant amount of work on here anyway. The rear spoiler is bonded on. That's going to have to be literally ripped off. It's not screwed on. The holes that should have bolts in to stop water getting in the car don't have bolts in, and it leaks slightly, so that needs to be ripped off. I've got another spoiler in the shed. We're going to put that on it, and we are going to get this waterproof as possible, because I don't like it the way it is. So yeah, there you go. So yes, the spoiler in there is one of many projects I'm going to do with this. I'm not going to say any more than that, but it is off of a Fiesta. So that's it. So that's the car. I think that's everything we can really talk about with that for now. You know, I've got to carry on smoothing the panels. I can't really show you very easily without opening the car up. But let's have a look, see if we can get in there. So we have these rear panels here that I chopped back that used to house the parcel shelf that used to sit across the top. I've painted that one black to show you what it looks like once it's nearly done. I mean, I've got a lot of filling and smoothing to do on that one yet, but it kind of tidies it up, and that's a work in progress. We need to find a panel that sits across there to hide all the back of the boot, but whether I put a panel in there or build speakers off of it is a different matter. We will get to that eventually. We're slowly building it out with speakers. We've got another box of speakers to go in there. You know, for the rear of the car, we've put them in the door cards at the front. We've put kicker in there. We want to go a full kicker install, as we've talked about previously. The van, well, the van's not had much love since it got back. It's been put back to work because it is the work vehicle. Many people commented on these lights over the weekend of the Max Power show. Yeah, there they are. Not really done too much talking about them. It's one of my favourite features on the van. They were sent off to Australia. They cost quite a lot of money. I think it was £100 just to get them there. They're both like it each side. £100 to get there, and $700, which worked out about £385 to do all the work, tinting them darker and all the engraving. But you've got Japanese Sakura leaves and dragons on there, so that's those. Yes, so I mean, obviously sponsored by Autobeam. You know, we can give you 20% discount on their products. We've got a full LED kit on the van that some people may have seen at the Max Power show. It's something that will probably stick on this eventually once we've got a bit further with the bodywork and whatnot. You know, along with some other bits and bobs, I'm sure we can make it as you know, so it lights up at night as much as possible. But yeah, so I think that's everything with the Corsa for now. Until we do something else, I can't really give you much more of an update. It's all money dependent. You know, I have got a family. We are, you know, doing holidays this year, things like that. So, you know, money must go on things like that. A lot of the money went on the trailer last year, you know, for ferrying the car around. and this little tow bar, as you probably remember me mentioning before in previous videos. So yeah, let's see what winter brings this little project. We'll roll it out to Lancing Motor Show in September and then go from there. But thanks for watching, and guys, please subscribe if you're not already, and please hit that like button. At the show at Max Power, we had Top Gear plates knock us up some nice purple 4D plates. Before anyone says it, yes, they are not road legal, but a lot of the time this car sits on that trailer and goes to shows, so driving it around, I'm probably not going to have these on anyway. But they do look fancy, and I look forward to putting them on. So first things first, 10mm socket. We're going to undo this this bolt here. We're going to undo one of these on here, which is the bracket for the bonnet, and then we've got two special fittings that we fit in place of those, and you will see. Okay, so that one's out. This here is our nut we're going to screw in with a special ball joint on the end. So in it goes. In fact, we'll put a washer on that as well. There we go. So is this socket large enough to go over there? No, of course it's not. So we'll tighten that up with an adjustable spanner. There we go. Get that nipped up. There we go. That's nice and tight. So on to taking the one out on the actual bonnet hinge itself. So again, another 10mm bolt coming out of there. There we go. You see this one has a different thread on it. So this one is a thread like this. This is going to screw in place of what was there. Like that. Tighten that up with the adjustable. There we go. Now we've got our bonnet struts, gas struts, whatever you want to call them. We're going to attach that onto both of those. And we've got some special little clips that hook through to lock them in position. Right, I kind of got carried away with this really. So yes, we did the undid the screw here, fitted the new ball joint in, and the same with the bottom there, same this side. So now bonnet comes down, the bonnet goes up and sits on its own, so there's no need for this anymore, so we can get rid of that now. We can take that off. But yeah, a good modification for any bonnet if you haven't already got them, definitely. I've had bonnet lifters on Corsas before, and it just helps. It just makes it more solid each side, so when the wind's blowing, the bonnet's not going to twist and warp so much. It's just held on one side with a little hook. There's always that fear that the bonnet's just going to take off. So a little bit stronger, and quite nice looking as well. So there we go. There you go, guys. That was a little bit of an update on what we were doing once we got back from the show on the bonnet struts. So it's nice to have those opening up and lifting and holding the bonnet now. Real big thank you to Greg, my friend. He obviously got them for me off of a Facebook and sent them up to the Max Power show because he couldn't quite make it. You know, sadly he booked a holiday that kind of clashed with the show. He also has another Corsa. He has a white Corsa with a Prowler kit on it. So obviously he will be trying to get that at the show for next year also. Check him out on Instagram, Max Power Corsa B, I believe. Obviously Harvey, thank you to Harvey for getting these roof rails up to the show. You know, my mate Greg picked them up again, and then Harvey brought them to the show. So Harvey Pulford, yeah, he's great. He's on Instagram also. Check him out. He's got the green Max Power Escort that you've perhaps seen on there. Pulford Designs. Yeah, shout out to obviously Dylan, my mate from Shropshire. He's obviously brought a lot of the parts to the Isle of Wight takeover this year. Living on an island is really tough. You know, certain things you can get here quite easily. I can't just nip out to the local scrapyard and find something because there's not going to be any Corsa Bs on this island. I can guarantee you that in a scrapyard. You know, so the Corsas that are being broken are all up on the mainland, and you know, I have to get these guys to sort of swing in, pick things up for me where they can, and then drop them off at the next show. I mean, I can get stuff posted, but it just costs a lot more. So I really appreciate all those guys that help me out. So there you go, that wraps this one up, and thanks for watching, you know, and hit that like button. Take care, see you next time.